What is up, guys? It is Niles, and this is my 1985 Toyota pickup. And today I'm going to be showing you how I swapped this newer generation of tailgate handle onto this truck. So I posted a short video on this on my Instagram and my TikTok, and a lot of people are like, oh my God, you're ruining the car. And guys, honestly, the reason why I did this is because this truck is my daily driver. I use it almost every day to haul stuff. And I really wanted to add some modern features to this truck. And I really like this newer generation of tailgate handle because it has a lot of stuff integrated into it. Like it has the backup camera and it has a key lock. So those are really important things for a daily driver. So that's why I did that. So enough about this, and I'll show you how I did it. So I bought this donor tailgate on Facebook Marketplace for $150. And for some reason, when I wanted to do this swap, I thought the back of my tailgate was also flat, just like this one. But nope, where the handle is, there is an indent, and the tailgate has a lot more contours. So I'm just gonna have to work around that. The first thing that I do for any swap, always check the linkage between both handles. You always want to make sure both of them kind of work. If not, like you're just gonna be dead in the water. Like you're just wasting your time. So the old ones work by pushing these two linkages together. The handle pushes them down and allows them to pull. The new one, it's kind of like a seesaw action. So it still does pull two separate linkages together, but just from different angles. So I think this will work. And while I'm here, might as well cut this out because you know what? Maybe this might be cool at some point. Okay, so there's already some issues that I kind of see with this. One, that donor tailgate is a lot thicker than this one. This tailgate in its thickest portion is about like 2 inches thick, while the other one's probably about 3. And just look at the depth of this handle versus the other one, just a lot thicker. And this back portion of it does stick out of the cover, so we are going to have to adapt that cover eventually too. Another issue is I kind of wanted this handle, like this top edge right here, to line up with this top edge on here, and just gonna have to split this out and widen it. But what happens is with this handle, see how the back half of this latch right here sticks up quite a bit. So I'm gonna have to at least leave probably about ½ an inch right there. So the plan though is cut out this entire section, cut this in half, cut a few sections out of here, widen it, and make a panel that fits into here and splice that into there. So not too crazy, but still a little bit of work. For something like this, you kind of want to know your skill level. I can make a piece like this where it's just like one bend in there, super easy, but I'm definitely not going to be able to make something like this with that curve. So we're going to cut this here, make that piece, and spread it out. So that's the plan. The most important thing about this swap is making sure that everything's centered and aligned. So I make sure to mark the center of the tailgate and also to mark the center of that patch. And then I'm also measuring how far out that I need to cut out and how deep that I need to cut. To make sure that I have straight lines, I always like to use some blue tape. It's really helpful to get those straight lines, but you just gotta make sure it's straight to the tailgate. So here I am making sure everything's looking good, and then I'm gonna cut it out. Or not. Yeah, it's pretty scary to look at that and just like, oh no, I messed it up. Alright, now that the pieces are cut in half, you can sort of get an idea of what I'm trying to do. A little bit better of a picture. So these two are going to be spread out like that, and this goes right there. So I'm gonna trim this out and get it fit up in here nice. Have these weld together first, and then, or just tack welded, and then figure out how much I got cut off on each end, and then get it into the door. And this is actually looking pretty good. I'm actually pretty happy how it's coming out so far. So I just placed that into here. Just gotta find the center and then trim the edges. Just cut it out. Let's see if it fits. Perfect. Alright, so I'm gonna make this piece out of some scrap from the old bed. Recycling. Alright, piece is cut and bent. Fits in there pretty well. I am just gonna trim it up and then weld it in. Most of the welding is done. I did run into some warpage issues, so I cut this to relieve some of the pressure, but I am going to grind these welds down. I really like the TIG because you can do really fine welds and you don't have to grind as much as if I did this with a MIG. Alright, all the metal work is done. I did have some warpage here on the bottom, and I tried to fix it as best that I could. But I mean, I'm just gonna have to fill it anyways. I mean, I'm a little upset, but this is a truck and the truck is already sort of beat up, and this is completely trying something new, so it's okay. So the metal is stripped and looks really good. I'm about to hit it with some etch primer just to seal it up, and then I'm gonna flip it over and work on the linkages. Alright, so handle is in, and first major issue is obviously the height. It's too tall for this, so I'm gonna have to make a box for that. This right here is one of the armatures that pushes down and activates the linkages and is connected directly to the outer handle. It's not moving, so I gotta cut a groove right here so that it can go up and down. So I'm not sure how far I'm gonna have to go, but I'm just gonna take it right to the edge right now. Alright, so that little cut right there was all it needed. Now you can see how this is working. The old one kind of pinched together and pulled both of these sides, versus this one kind of turns like that, pulls them. So, oh, another really nice thing is this lock on here. So if I close it, you can see it doesn't turn. Once it's open, it'll turn. So these are the old guys. I'm gonna cut these, and these are from the donor truck. These are actually bent in the wrong direction, so I'm going to cut that off and then use the torch to bend these and then get them fitted up. Handle is on and it works. What I ended up doing was just cutting the rods and TIG welding them together, and let's see if I can get it from this side. You can see that the latch goes in and out. But yep, works perfectly. So I'm gonna spread some fiberglass filler onto this, and then just do a little bit of bodywork, light bodywork, nothing too crazy on this, and then just paint it in just some primer and then throw it back onto the truck. But yeah, comes out so good. So tailgate is back onto the car, and it actually looks pretty good. I'm actually kind of happy how it came out. There was some issues when I was putting this together. When I cut out this entire section right here, what happened was this tailgate kind of lost all this structure, and because there was a slight bow in it, it kind of like crushed into itself. So I tried fixing that. There's still some issues with it. Like I do not like bodywork at all. I like welding stuff, but not bodywork, so that's still an issue that's gonna have to be addressed later on. But for now, it's an epoxy primer and it looks good enough for me, so I'm pretty happy how it came out so far. Next is just wiring the camera and getting a lock. But thank you for watching, guys. I hope you appreciate this content. I post a lot more on my TikTok, but now I'm trying to do more longer format videos on my YouTube. So please stay tuned and subscribe.